Hi, everyone. Welcome to Joy Journeying with Jen. I'm Jen. I am the lead author of Fierce Awakenings. And for a little while longer, for most of September, I'm going to be highlighting some of the pieces of the book that have really still stayed with me. We published this book in 2023, and on its second, we published it on the September solstice. So as we come into that 2-year anniversary window, I am constantly surprised how much this book still impacts me and how it keeps informing my own journey as I keep rounding new edges of my own spiral path. So today I'm going to start with a little bit about Sarah Hoskin. And Sarah is a coach. She's over at the Sacred Beyond. She's doing quite a number of different things on Substacks right now, including a 108-day journey of communicating and creating and doing these amazing videos over there. I'll link her down below. She was born in England and lived in the United States for a long time, and she has been a lifetime walker, and she's walked pilgrimage trails and she walked the Camino, and she's always walking. She walks it out a lot. And in her chapter, which is chapter 1, and it's called The Spiral Path, she talks about coming onto this well in Cornwall in England, and it's the Alicia well. And she was kind of on this other pilgrimage, and she got called down into this place, and she was looking for this well, and she found it. And it's kind of funny, this well keeps calling her back, and it's a testament to, like, and she's living in Cornwall now. She wasn't living in Cornwall when she was writing this story. And um hold on, let me gather my thoughts because I have so many of them. But she talks about how she really wanted to keep going east. She kept wanting to, like, go beyond this place, and then for a period of time in her life, she kept just kind of circling these same few kilometers over and over and over again, and how that became a practice of deep walking. But the words, and I had the honor of interviewing her for the series that she's running on her site, her Substack site, and talking to her about the things that she wanted to reflect on now. And I read different words in that interview, so go take a look at that and see how that interview happened. But the words that I have really been feeling called to read to you, that have been really touching me in a new way, are these. Sarah writes, "This sacred stone well was tucked into an overgrown hillside, lush with green hedges and grasses. Her gently overflowing waters were trickling down into the creek below. A clootie tree on the left was decorated in multicolored ribbons, dangles, and bracelets, holding visitors' prayers and intentions. Awed into a grateful reverence, I quietly knelt down. I dipped my hands into her cool waters and gently splashed my face. I relaxed some more and sat at her feet. I breathed in her beauty. I was in the presence of this sacred feminine, the goddess herself, a transcendent peace, calm and beauty filled me. From the fear and doubt that consumed me only a few hours earlier, I sat now on the threshold of another world, sourced from the core of the earth herself. I allowed myself to sink deeply on the moist ground, held in her love, a place of time and no time. I became like the well, sourced, open, flowing, and alive." That's from Sarah's chapter, The Spiral Path and the Fierce Awakenings. I remember reading those words 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, and thinking, wow, how beautiful to find your place that the land has called you to, And then to feel yourself like the well, source, alive, flowing in this very feminine energy. And over the last couple of years, I've kind of had ebbs and flows like we all do. And I am now living in a house. It's my partner's great grandfather's house, and we renovated it. It's a house that has been in his family for 4 generations. It's a house, we're now running a little guest house here, but it's a house that we have records that go back to 1847 as the first transaction on the house. But we came across a map from 1308 where the property is marked on the map, not the house, not the house itself, although we found some remnants here that make me think that the 1847 date must be much older than that. What we have in our house is a well. It's a well. And I live in a town where there's a lot of groundwater. In this particular well, my partner's father talks about when he was younger, when there were periods of drought in the town, that neighbors would come over and use the well. And it would water animals, and it would be used for the neighborhood for survival. After reading Sarah's story, and I kind of have just lived here, we moved into this house also in 2023, and it was a lot of work, a massive renovation, and then just kind of moving into this new space, new furniture, like getting used to being here. And I knew the well existed, and we use the well, like we use it all the time now. It's one of we have city water, but it is our primary water source for our home. And sometime in 2024, like remembering Sarah's story about the well, I have a well. I get to be a keeper of a well in a house that I live in. And that just really surprised me to know that that was going to be part of my life now. So I did a ceremony with the well, and I offered some gifts to the well. And it's underground. We have underground streams, so it's like a constant flow of water. It's not the same water over and over. It's different water. So there's no stagnancy here. And I added rose petals to the well, and I offered a few stones, crystal to the well, and we had a little ledge, so I lit candles and invited in my fire. I blew on the well. I took water from our sink, which is well water, and poured it back into the well. And I did, so I did these elemental sort of connection to the well. And then I decorated it with some flowers, and I decorated it with, there's an inner courtyard. So now there are all plants around the opening of the high opening of the well. I can't touch the bottom of the well where the water is, but almost every day I'll go outside and say, hello, everybody. And then I shout down to the well, like, hello, well. And it's funny to hear my echo kind of in that hollow space of this. It's like a 30, maybe it's about, I don't know how many meters. I was going to say 30 feet, but that feels like the wrong number. I think it's about 15 meters, which would be more like 40, 45 feet. So I think that there's about that much distance between where we stand and where the water is. So I just want to share that because I feel like it is in part to Sarah's story that I learned about in 2023 that opened up something inside me that now makes me feel sourced and flowing and alive in a way that I didn't know I could be before. I never thought I could be a keeper of a well. And I am. And it's a privilege to have that. It's a constantly resourcing part of my daily life now. And the vibration of water. So I can't admit that I'm conscious about it every single moment of my life. But when I wash my face and when I shower and when we wash the dishes and when we water our plants and when we wash our clothes, it is not our drinking water because we haven't had it tested. But when I do drink it because I believe it's safe. I'm still alive. So, but there's a sacredness for me. There's an understanding that we are so blessed to have water. And I whisper to the water and I hope to increase its vibration and I hope to increase the ripple that it has beyond me and that it nourishes me in a different way. And that's because of Sarah. That's because of Sarah's story. And, or it's linked. You know, Sarah's story woke that up in me and now I own it too. So that's what stories do. Stories wake us up. They remind us of who we are. They show us that we're walking a path and that Sarah's also saying this now too, and I've heard it in 3 different places just in 2 weeks' time. We are the path. Maybe there isn't a clear path for us, but we are the path and we keep showing up for it. So, Fierce Awakenings, calling in courage and confidence to walk life's spiritual path. Go get it. See what it opens up for you. Check out all the details in the links below, and thank you for journeying with me today. Hope it's a joyful one.